If you are planning a trip to Houston, Texas anytime soon, you'll want to watch this video till the end. While there aren't many things to do in Houston, to be honest, but I have a family who are locals, so they took us around to the most iconic places in town. First of all, Houston is famous for its healthcare and people comes from all over the world to this area. We visited the one and only Science Center in Houston, Texas. It is located not too far from downtown and is essential a hub for medical offices, universities, and people in the healthcare field. We also passed by the famous Herman Park nearby. You can always pay a visit here, walk around, take some good pictures, enjoy the sun. You can also do picnic, and I saw some locals, they do jog here, so it is very walkable with a pretty view. But coming from British Columbia, I'm so done with the parks, and we have limited time here in the city, so we just passed on that. Public transport around Houston wasn't very great, but in between downtown and the Science Center, they do have tram and some other buses that goes around the way, so you might want to check this out. You can also take Uber or Lyft, but we were driving as our family lived here. I will say parking is not as easy anywhere in downtown area, and it's also pretty pricey, so you might want to consider that. Next up, we visited the super famous water wall called Gerald D. Hines Water Wall Park. It is famous amongst tourists. It is a small section in the park downtown and great for pictures, but there isn't much else to see around. And welcome to downtown Houston. This is basically the bustling heart of the city. It is a vibrant hub with lots of activity and attractions. You can see a lot of skyscrapers to historic landmarks. It's a very dynamic district for everyone to explore. If you have some extra time, take a stroll along the streets, check out some cute shops, trendy eateries, cultural hotspots. They have theater for performing arts and also museums. Houston downtown was very interesting because they're pretty quiet on the weekend, and we went here on a Sunday. You can see on the street, it's not as bustling as what I thought it will be. As I said, Houston, Texas is not very walkable, but their downtown is, so take times to enjoy the sun and also the murals. And also, this is the home to the University of Houston downtown location, and the famous The Post, where you can get the best view in town for free. The Post is probably one of the most memorable places I visited in Houston, Texas. It is a place where you can get everything in one. You can get the best view in town for free. You get lots of foods from different countries and cuisines. It is basically a very huge food court with lots of options. The price is slightly higher than a regular food court, but you get what you paid for. And they also offer bazaars and farmers market. It happens around the downtown area and sometimes they hold it here. The price is really reasonable, so you might also want to pay a visit here. I recommend coming here during sunset so you can enjoy the view from up there. You can see a lot of skyscrapers from the city. Still in downtown, another place to check out around this area is River Oaks neighborhood. This is where you can find a lot of fancy and huge mansions belongs to famous people around the world. This complex is accessible by car only, but it is worth the trip to see the surroundings. Move on to the next location that you might interested in. While you're in Houston, don't miss out the famous Galleria Mall, which has everything you could want in a shopping center. Coming from British Columbia, we don't have this huge kind of mall that have everything in it. From a skating rink to shop ranging from cheap to high-end, you can find brands like Elfie, Prada, Chanel in this mall too. Isn't that interesting? You'll find everything here. There are also plenty of dining options, including Mexican fruit cups and the famous Yao Yao yogurt that is very difficult to find anywhere else outside of Asia. If you're a shopaholic and trying to get a lower tax product, you can also visit the premium outlet owned by Simon Center. While it may have similar collection to the outlets in Seattle and Las Vegas, it sounds familiar because it's owned by the same company. It carries some brands that I've never seen elsewhere, making it quite interesting. As you know, Houston doesn't have that many outdoor places or nature stuffs to do, so if you're running out of things to do in Texas, you can consider going to this outlet mall, spend some time with your family and your loved ones. Lastly, if you're from Canada or the West Coast and haven't experienced Five Below, it is a must visit. It is a heaven, it's like Dollarama but even better. With a mix of dollar shop, hot topic, drugstore, and Target items, all at incredibly low prices. Some of them are on discount price or clearance price. It is definitely worth checking out. We visited this place twice, different location, and they carries different options too. If you love Funko, action figures, Disney, and other original merch, you might want to visit this place.